Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a Pulaski County Circuit Court clerk removed from office by the Kentucky Supreme Court. And the Southeastern Conference Tournament is underway. We'll have reports from Nashville.
And showers return tonight and linger through Friday. Those details on the way as Mountain News at 6 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
It is a busy news day, and we continue to follow a developing story in Perry County. That's where we'll begin. A school bus and a motorcycle collided at the intersection of Kentucky 15 and Kentucky 28. We want to go back to the scene now live where WYMT's Madison Carmouche has an update for us. Madison.
Good evening, Steve. That's right. I'm here at the scene of the crash between a Perry County school bus, that bus number is 1707, and a motorcycle, where the motorcyclist actually had the only injury involved in the crash. Now, there were 33 students on that bus, 34 people, including the bus driver. At this point in time, most of the accident has been cleared up. They are actually in the tail end of cleanup here behind me with the school bus on the tow truck, loading the motorcycle on the tow truck. They went through and they did get a lot of pictures, videos, surveying materials done before they were able to load up these two vehicles. Now, this road, Kentucky 15, is closed at this time where they were doing that drone survey. Now, they say that it will be open shortly because the school bus and the motorcycle are being cleared at this time, and shortly after this, the road should be back open and usable by drivers. But for now, I am here in Perry County, and that is the latest.
All right, Madison Carmouche, appreciate it. Again, that road shut down there for the moment there at Highway 15 and the intersection of 28. We were also told earlier by state police that the driver of the motorcycle was flown to a hospital. The extent of their injuries not known. A Southern Kentucky Circuit Court clerk has been removed from office by the Kentucky Supreme Court. Joseph J.S. Flynn has been suspended amid some troubling allegations by his staff, but now the Supreme Court says his position is vacated. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton discovered, the Supreme Court removing an elected official is rare.
The Kentucky Supreme Court released a 20-page opinion and document this morning detailing numerous allegations against Pulaski County Circuit Court Clerk Joseph J.S. Flynn. Highlighting these allegations, a hostile work environment, also allegations of sexual misconduct and sexual harassment. The first complaint was filed against Flynn 2 years ago. A deputy clerk said there was inappropriate workplace behavior. Flynn told the court that he did have a brief sexual relationship with the clerk, but did not report it or its conflict of interest. She and another clerk then reported cases of inappropriate touching and kissing. There were also reports of Flynn pushing a clerk out of an office, then yelling and cursing at staff, sometimes with customers nearby. The Supreme Court stated there was good cause to remove him from office. Local attorney Bruce Singleton says this course of action by the court is rare.
That in this case, the Supreme Court had to invent their own procedures in order to be able to do it. They were even trying to figure out who bears the burden of proof.
Flynn has not been working for quite some time. He was suspended in March of 2022, and he had been paid still for his time away from office. According to a state database of salaries, his annual salary is $121,094. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Phil, thank you. Flynn is on the ballot for re-election this November. The county clerk tells us he is the only one running for that office. A Southern Kentucky teacher facing sexual abuse charges made his first court appearance today. State police arrested Lionel Henriquez yesterday. His arrest citation says he was a high school teacher and middle school baseball coach in Whitley County. According to the citation, a school resource officer reported Henriquez had exchanged nude photos with two female students. Police say Henriquez admitted to touching the two girls inappropriately while on campus. Another Whitley County man is behind bars after police say he posted sexually explicit images of children to a social media account. 35-year-old Mark McFadden has been charged with 3 counts of possessing matter portraying a child under the age of 12 in a sexual performance. Kentucky State Police say a search warrant was issued for McFadden's cell phone. He was taken to the Whitley County Detention Center. In Harlan County, a Kaywood man is facing charges after a standoff with police. It happened earlier this week when deputies with the sheriff's office tried to perform a traffic stop. After leading police to a home on Sawmill Hollow Road, Nicholas Holloman barricaded himself and placed furniture in front of the entrance. Police were able to eventually arrest him. Holloman was taken to the Harlan County Detention Center. In Laurel County, a man is accused of leading police on a chase. Deputies say they tried to pull over Jordan Martin on his motorcycle for a traffic violation yesterday. Martin took off, exceeding speeds of more than 90 miles per hour. The chase lasted for 6 miles before he ran off on foot. Deputies were able to catch up with him. Martin is facing several charges, including fleeing police. In West Virginia, a Green Valley fire truck crashed on Grassy Lick Road yesterday, sending all 4 firefighters to the hospital. One of them had to be airlifted by helicopter. The Green Valley firefighters say 3 of those firefighters remain in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. All 3 are in stable condition. Troopers say the truck was headed to a fire in Wayne County, West Virginia, when it ran off one side of the road, overcorrected, and went off the other side of the road.
I was nervous, very nervous. This is my family, and when I know that I got 4 brothers in that vehicle that are hurt, you know, it just gives me cold chills.
Justin Atkins says the insurance company will determine if the fire truck is salvageable. Right now, the department has 3 fire trucks and a mutual aid agreement with Barbersville to help with calls.
We are tracking one thunderstorm on this Thursday evening close to I-64. The good news, the severe thunderstorm warning was expired. However, we are still tracking some gusty winds, also some heavy rainfall for extreme northeastern Lawrence County, pushing into Wayne County, West Virginia. A first alert in Wayne. That heavier shower is pushing into your direction over the next few minutes there. But for most of us, we are dry, mainly sunny and warm. Those current temperatures in the middle to upper 70s, up to 77 for Jackson, also in Manchester and Harlan, 76 in Pikeville, also in London, and 79 degrees over in Somerset for Pulaski County. Now notice as we zoom out, we are tracking some messy and some active weather from Cincinnati to St. Louis down into Oklahoma and Arkansas as well. Now this cold front will continue pushing into our direction, but the better ingredients for severe weather will stay off to our west, but we will still watch out though for some rain showers as we go through late Thursday, also on Friday. Possibly some gusty winds and some heavy downpours, but no severe weather issues as you wake up on Friday. More busy weather tomorrow as we stay wet at times, but drier for the weekend. Those details in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. One quick update to our top story. We understand Highway 15 is now back open at the scene of that crash between a school bus and a motorcycle earlier today. Again, Highway 15 now back open. The Pritchard Committee for Excellence released its 2024 academic snapshot for each Kentucky school district. Every year since 2018, the committee spends 6 months gathering data from the Kentucky Department of Education on school districts. Then they release their snapshot that shows stats like learning progress or graduation rates. Leaders at the Pritchard Committee say the report always sparks discussion.
We don't improve one of those outcomes without improving multiple, and we want the community to really feel inspired and a sense of ownership, that they are part of improving outcomes.
Officials say the most disheartening statistic they've found is a drop in college enrollment in recent years. A House committee is discussing a bill today that would end diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in higher education. The sponsor says Senate Bill 6 would stop schools from forcing people to endorse beliefs against their own. Opponents say it would stifle speech and lead to more discrimination. The House Committee on Education meets after the House adjourns. Governor Andy Beshear hosted a Team Kentucky update earlier today. In that update, some of the highlights were upgrades for parks and recreation spaces throughout Kentucky. There were 32 projects selected, and they will receive a total of nearly $4 million. Governor Beshear also said KSP seized more than $4.8 million in drugs for the month of February, which was accompanied by nearly 240 drug-related arrests. Switching gears now to sports, the SEC tournament is in its second night down in Nashville. Of course, the Kentucky Wildcats do not begin their postseason journey until tomorrow night, but Big Blue Nation is already invading Music City. WYMT's Armando Berry is there with our Big Blue coverage.
Let's go! Big Blue Nation is alive and well in Nashville.
Oh, it feels great to be back, and it's exciting. I mean, the people, tomorrow you'll have nothing but blue in there. It'll be all UK fans.
Of course, the Kentucky Wildcats are the fans' main attraction, but many admire the Cats, especially for their style.
The way they run and gun. I mean, they're a running team. They're exciting to watch. They move the ball down the floor. Reed Shepard, Dillingham, and all of them are great players. So I look forward to watching them in this tournament and the NCAA.
Speaking of Shepard, BBN can't get enough of their Kentucky kid.
Reed and Rob brought us here. Reed and Rob are going to be the guys to win it.
Well, it's just to see him play, compete in everything that he brings to the team. It's absolutely incredible.
I used to watch Jeff Shepard back in the day.
And Stacy.
Yeah, and his wife Stacy. Trust me, it's
awesome.
surreal.
Pikeville native Kyle Wallace thinks that the Cats' road win over the Vols in the regular season finale gave UK all they'll need in the tournament.
The SEC with Kentucky and the competition, it's going to be an amazing tournament. I think that game was an incredible game. I think they learn a lot from it, actually trying to work together as a team and to be united. And Kentucky right now is playing the best ball, they played all season long.
Big Blue Nation will see their Cats Friday night. In Nashville, Armando Berry, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Armando, we appreciate it. We'll have more coming up in sports.
Well, we are mainly dry as we go into this evening, but rain chances are knocking on the door. Timing out those showers after this break.